So it's 50 for a flyer only.
Uh-huh.
$100 for flyer plus an online mention. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And then for the video for 90 seconds or a minute and a half, it's 100. It's $125.
Okay. So did you guys get that? So it's $50 for flyer only, and we just advertise your flyer throughout the show. It's $100 for flyer and mention. Mention meaning we will discuss your show. We will tell them about ticket prices, how to purchase them, tell them what's all going on in your show. Whatever information you give us to talk about, we will do that. And
Mm-hmm.
then you can also do like a video, like if you have a video for your business, you have a video for whatever you do. The video can only be 90 seconds, a minute and a half, 90 seconds, and you can do that, and we'll do that for you throughout the show for $125.
Yeah.
So, hey, for $125. So, if you're interested in us doing any of those things, you can email us at theladiesden23@gmail.com. You can reach out to us in our news feed on the Ladies Den page on Facebook. You can reach out on Instagram. We do have an Instagram. We have to figure out a way to connect it to StreamYard. You can do it now. So we do have an Instagram. It is the Ladies Den 2023.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we haven't been advertising on there, but we're gonna connect that very soon. I think we also need to get a TikTok. We're gonna connect. We won't be able to connect that, but we will be able to go live on our phones and add to it. And eventually, once we get to the brick and mortar building, we will be able to do all streaming platforms.
Yeah.
So, you want us to advertise? Just hit us up. Let us know. Send us your information. And then we will respond with all like payment information, times that it will be, days or whatever. We'll let you know as long the time limit that we will advertise it. If you getting traction and you want more time, you just let us know and we'll make sure that that's taken care of. You got anything to add to the flyer video thing, Nisa?
No, you want me to play it?
Yes, so she's gonna play you a couple of things of what it will look like and what it should look like.
Right. Here we go.
Lady K, are you ready? I know she's ready.
Hey, it's Lady K of the Ladies Den. Welcome to the Den. Listen, if you're a business owner or if you have an event that you want to promote, we welcome you to advertise in the Den. All you have to do is send us your information to theladiesden23@gmail.com, and we'll make sure that you get all the information that you need. Our prices are very comparable, and we welcome you to come and chat with us and let our Den dwellers know what you have going on. Again, send us your information to theladiesden23@gmail.com, and we'll make sure you get all of your information. Thank you for following us, and thank you for rocking with us every Thursday, live streaming on Facebook and YouTube, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And listen, keep rocking with us, okay? Thank you to all of our Den dwellers, and we'll see you in the Den. Bye-bye.
So that's what it will basically look like if you did a video. But then you saw the flyer, so you will post your flyer. And again, like if you want mentions, then we will talk about. Y'all see, I got my Mardi Gras shirt on. I've been cleaning up today. Look, it ain't even Mardi Gras yet, but it's all good. It's Louisiana, baby. We don't have no time for nothing. We do what we want to do, and we want to do it. I'm wearing Mardi Gras today.
All right.
Okay. But yes, so we will advertise your business, but whatever. We will do it. So today, I'm knocking stuff down.
Mm-mm.
So today, y'all, we're going to be talking about child support. And I know a lot of you definitely want or need some information on that. Um, there really is a lot of things we can say about child support. Let me see. So we just kind of, Nisa, do you want to talk about what you found in child support?
I do. And it's just really I'm gonna share the screen
Mm-hmm.
uh of what I found. So August is Child Support Awareness Month.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not even just about talking about what child support is and all the ins and outs and the ups and the downs of it. It's just talking about the fact that what it was created for, and this particular page that I found,
Mm-hmm.
as you can see, it has like a lot of different pictures that people can use for the month of August if they
Mm-hmm.
are a company or an organization that talks about child support in their different states and things of that
Mm-hmm.
nature. So this particular page just kind of talks about just overall what child support is supposed to be, what it's there for.
Mm-hmm.
So as you can see, it says celebrating 49 years of helping families. So really, this actually raises awareness about what child support is. And you can go to this page and actually pull any of these pictures or anything on here that if you are an organization that talks about child support, has, that teaches about child support
Mm-hmm.
in the different states. And actually there is a video on here. I hope it pulls up. Hold on. Here we go. Is it playing?
Mm-mm.
That one parent makes to
There it
either
is.
the other. You may have questions about the child support program. What is it and how does it work? Basically, child support is payments that one parent makes to either the child's other parent or legal guardian to help with the costs of raising a child. Parents and guardians can receive services from their local child support office. Here are the top services the program offers. Open a child support case. Locate the other parent. Establish parentage. Establish a support order. Set up payment. Support order. And review the order. To open a child support case, you'll need to complete an application with your local child support office. And if you receive help from the Temporary Assistance for Needy Families program, also referred to as TANF, check with your local child support office to see if a child support case is already open. The first thing we need to know is where the other parent lives or works. There's no guarantee we'll find the other parent, but the more information you provide, like the other parent's date of birth and social security number, the easier it'll be. After we find the parent, then we can establish parentage, if it hasn't already been established. Next, we can establish the child support order and determine the amount of payment. We use child support guidelines to calculate how much a parent should contribute to the child's financial support. If you already have a child support order, we don't need to establish a new one. The most common way we set up payment is to deduct the payment from the parent's paycheck and distribute the money to the other parent or guardian. It's an easy way to make and keep a record of child support payments. When the parent doesn't pay the full amount or doesn't pay at all, We use enforcement remedies like withholding child support from paychecks, unemployment, or workers' compensation benefits, intercepting income tax refunds,
Mhm.
and reporting delinquent child support payments to credit reporting bureaus. Either parent can ask their local child support office to review their child support order 3 years after the order is set. They can also request a review before the 3 years if they experience substantial changes in circumstances, like job loss or incarceration. We hope this answered some of your questions about child support. To learn more, contact your state or tribal child support office. Produced by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services at taxpayer expense.
Now, really and truly, when it's put that way, it sounds so nice and tidy. But we all know a lot of people that are dealing with, child support cases, and it's not so friendly. It's not as friendly as this video makes it sound.
Well, actually, the process is it's the people.
That's what I
Yeah.
mean.
Yeah, because one
Process
feel
is-
like they shouldn't be paying child support, and
Mhm.
of course the guys, and I hear this a lot from somebody who works for child support, is the guys, the women want the money, but they want to go get their hair done and their nails done and this and
Right.
that, and they're not doing for the child, they're not giving the money to the child and this and that. So
Right.
it's always it's always because one person still want to be with the other person, but they don't want to be with them. And now this it's just so much, and they put the kids in the middle of everything that's going on, and I think it's horrible, but hey, it is what it is.
Yep. But this particular page, and I'll put the link in the comments if anybody
Mhm.
actually wants to go in here and just look more into it, because this is just talking about the child support program overall. Each state, as they mentioned in the video, has their own guidelines about how the
Well,
amount is calculated.
I
Right?
just pulled up something. I pulled up Georgia, so this is
Okay.
all of um Georgia. So basically, it's just like they say: you open a child support case.
Mhm.
Once you go into your Department of Human Services, to the Division of Child Support. Once
Mhm.
you go there, you open a case, which means, like they say, you have to fill out an application, you have to
Mhm.
fill out the information, and it's best if you have more information about what the opposite parent, which is called the non-custodial parent, because that's
Mhm.
the parent who does not have the child, who will be ordered to pay child support.
Right.
So they are called the non-custodial parent. And as I can see, which I didn't know, is they have application fee for child support in Georgia, which is $25. All right. So
Okay.
then they have to locate the non-custodial parent. So they
Mhm.
have to locate the daddy or the mama, because there are women that are being put
That are
on
on,
child support.
yeah, that pay
So
child support.
they have to locate that other parent, and then once they locate that parent, paternity has to be established,
Right.
which means they're doing a DNA test.
Right.
So for those of you who don't understand these words, paternity establishment, they're gonna do DNA. So they're
Right.
gonna check the DNA on the child and the mama and they don't do the little hair thing no more. They either do a buccal saliva swab or they draw blood.
Mhm.
So it ain't the hair thing no more and all of that, like they did way back in the days. And
Mhm.
so then once they establish paternity, then they
Mhm.
have to file a support order.
Yep.
So to file that support order, they need to know the income of both parents, and if either parent has any medical insurance for that child.
Mhm.
And all of that results in a deciding factor of how much would they reward to the custodial parent.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's a tricky thing. If you are married,
Mm-hmm.
your wife, and you're the non-custodial, your wife's income is included in that.
Yep.
So these men out here having these babies with these women, I need y'all to understand that you need to know your rights. You need to know how child support works.
Yep.
And because you need to inform these women that you marrying that if I marry you, anything dealing with child support, your income is included.
Is included.
You ain't got nothing to do with you.
So she gets
But
tagged.
it's included in that. Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. They will snatch her income tax check just like they'll snatch his.
Yep. And for the fellas out here
I'm giving
that fall for the okie doke.
but that's why it's on here.
What?
Hold on. Go ahead, Nisa.
For the fellas out here that fall for the okie doke, that if a girl, tries to tell you that you are the father or whatever, and if you have any doubts, please do not sign the birth certificate until you get a DNA test. Because if you sign the birth certificate, you are automatically considered the dad. And if she decides to do child support, it automatically comes to you. And in some states, even if you go do a DNA test after, even if it shows that you are not the biological father, you're still possibly gonna be the one that has to pay child support because you put your name on the dotted line on the birth certificate. So and don't be one of the fellas that just, because at the time she, make it sound good, you the daddy, Don't sign that. Don't sign that. And fellas, I'm sorry to tell you, if you're married and your wife cheats and she ends up having a kid, the kid is automatically yours because y'all are married. Even if the kid ain't yours biologically, it's automatically yours. So you end up getting a divorce later. Sorry, it's already y'all got married, she cheated. Sad to say. But that's all I wanted to add in there. You're on mute. There you go.
Yeah, that is absolutely correct. Correct. But I learned something the other day that if you don't sign the birth certificate, you have to do a paternity establishment.
Right.
So you have to take a paternity test.
Right.
So, but like you say, in this, and guys, the information we are giving you guys is only for the state of Georgia. We are looking on the Georgia website. I've spoken with someone who works for child support in Georgia. So this information is strictly for Georgia. Some states coincide with the same things that Georgia do, but then there's some states that does not, like New Orleans. I'm from New Orleans, and New Orleans does not run on the same laws and bylaws like Georgia or any other state. We're the only ones that's still on the colonial law. We're the only state in the world that are still on colonial laws. They have not changed our laws since the 40s and 50s. We're still on the same laws.
Wow.
So I know for sure that they don't operate like Georgia. So the information that we're giving you for child support is actually Georgia's information. But I can probably say, and I'm saying this, but I'll double check it before we get off and let you guys know. The information is probably the same, but it's given differently.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Because no matter what state you go to, you still gonna have to establish paternity if you have not signed a birth certificate.
Yes.
But the steps and everything else is going to be different.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be different.
Yeah.
So make sure you check your local DCSS offices, which means it's the Division of Child Support Services.
Right.
Now that I know is the same everywhere you go.
And fellas, if you get a court summons that summons you to come to court for child support, please go. Because if not, the judge can automatically just wave a magic wand and say, you are the father because you didn't show up. Don't be one of those.
Well, I mean, but they have to have some kind of information, right?
Yes. That's what I'm like. The mom, if she already has his information, can give it. But if he doesn't show up, then it could automatically, happen because she does have his information. But if he didn't show up to get swabbed,
right? So that means he can become the father. I was told that it means that he can become the father by default.
By default, yes, de facto
father. And she could have slept with 15 men, and he know they needed a paternity test to figure out if the baby was his. But if he doesn't show up, he can't become the father by default.
Yeah, I see it on paternity court all the time. And sad to say, that particular show not only has current younger folks on there that are looking for paternity, but it's doggone folks on there, people our age, 30, 40, 50 years old, that don't know who they real fathers are, because back then it was different, obviously. But you had guys that just signed because the mama said it's yours. Sign the birth certificate, and then later you find out it wasn't Mr. Harvey, it was actually Mr. Russell. That's really your father. And sometimes those moms will keep the other one around as a friend. And okay, that's a whole different. Never mind. I'm not gonna go off on a tangent like that. But anyway, yeah. If you watch paternity court, you see these cases all the time where stuff like that, it happens.
And the thing about it too, the person that I know works for child support, being around them for so long, a lot of these guys, you guys really don't know your rights. You really don't. They've learned that a lot of these guys don't know their rights. They don't know what to do. And a lot of the times it's too late because, like you said, they've already put their name on that birth certificate. And they didn't have to do that until paternity was established.
Yep.
So a lot of them get themselves into situations that they can't get out of, because now you've signed the birth certificate. So the judge is like, well, your name on the birth certificate, you signed the birth certificate. So, sorry. So now then you take a paternity test and the baby is not yours. There's nothing you can do, because up until he or she is 18 years old, that's your child.
Right.
And you have to pay child support for a child that ain't even much. I ain't even say
even if they find the biological father, you're still legally.
Well, technically, they're not going to try to find the biological father at this point, because he is the father.
Right. Legally, he's the father. But I'm just saying, even if something happens and they find out the other guy is the dad just by doing a DNA test, the person that signed the birth certificate is still legally responsible.
Well, she's going to be responsible for doing the other DNA test, because the DCSS is not doing another DNA.
Right.
They're not. He's not the father, but his name on that birth certificate. So that's it. That's a wrap. They done.
That's what I'm saying. Like, once you sign that birth certificate, no matter what else happens after that, it doesn't even matter. You're still legally responsible.
Now they can have it done, but they would have to pay out of pocket. Yeah. And they would have to go to a place like any lab test Quest
Mhm.
Diagnostics, or
Mhm.
well, not Quest, because Quest doesn't do DNA. They would have to go to LabCorp or any lab test or any
Okay.
other company that
Okay.
does it. You
Okay.
would think that Quest would do it. I worked for Quest for 8 years. We don't do DNA.
Mm.
We didn't do DNA. They don't do DNA testing, but
Okay. They'll
LabCorp
do
does.
blood.
And
Okay.
I know any lab testing does, but what they will have to do at this point, now you're talking about paying $500 or $600 out of your pocket.
Yep.
I know for LabCorp it's $549, and this was $549
How many years ago?
7, 8 years ago when I was. No, this was longer than that, because when I first moved here, so it had to be like 2009 or 10.
Oh wow.
It was $549 then.
Okay.
Um, the only way you can get any test, any lab test, any blood work, any kind of test, is if
Mhm.
you go to a particular company,
Mhm.
um, and that was LabCorp's price. But if you go to any particular company and
Mhm.
they do what you call a client charge,
Okay.
which means they will pay, the LabCorp would only charge the client $250.
Mhm. Okay.
So LabCorp would charge you $300. You know what I'm saying? It's something like
Mhm.
that. So
Mhm.
just
Mhm.
say, the client charge for that is $250. Really,
Okay.
LabCorp can charge you whatever they want to charge you to make
Whatever they
money.
want. Yeah.
Right. But they only really paying $250 for the test. It's called a client bill, which means you bill the client.
Okay.
So, and that's for like regular blood work, any kind of testing, you can do a client bill.
Mhm.
So, if you came, like for our lab, we have a mobile lab company. So for our lab, if you came in and you got a CMP, which Quest charges $28 to do, we could charge you $35.
Okay.
But we will client bill it on your requisition,
Mhm.
so that when Quest sends the bill, we just pay the bill. We pay the $28. So we
Right.
made what, 20? We made $7 off of that one test. You know what I'm saying? Like for
Mhm.
CBCs, they only charge $4. We
Mhm.
can charge a client $25 for it, which
Right.
means we make $21. So that's how I'm just giving y'all an insight of how labs make their money.
Yeah.
But you would have to pay those prices. The state is only going to do one paternity test. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Whether you is or you ain't, my baby.
Is you easy? Is you
You
ain't?
ain't my baby.
Baby. Or you could just go on paternity court and be on TV
They do,
and put all your
and
business out there.
yeah, I was told that they do try to reach the other person, but if
Mhm.
you got 4 or 5 prospects, the state ain't dealing with that. But now,
Mhm.
if you got one other person that could be, then they do try to reach out to that person.
Mhm. Mhm.
But
But can't be like Maury and have 11 different options
they're gonna have to go to Maury.
and keep going back so you can run to the back and fall out on the floor. Can't
They're gonna have to keep going to Maury.
Maury or the paternity court, one of the two.
Yeah, and another thing that was told to me, that a lot of the guys,
Mm-hmm.
they try to give up their parental rights. But you can give up your parental rights, but you still have to pay the child support. So I guess giving up your parental rights, like you don't have to do visitation, you don't have to see them, you don't have to do none of that, but you still got to pay that child support.
Oh wow.
So they try to give up their parental rights, but they think if I give my parental rights up, I ain't got to pay child support. That's not the way it works. You can give up your parental rights all you want. But if you have been deemed to have to pay child support, you have to pay whether you see your child or not. It could be 50 years. If you don't see him, you still going to pay that child support. Yeah.
So they would
Right.
rather not have a relationship with the child.
just because they don't want to pay the child support. And the only way anything would stop on any child support case, the mom, well, I'm not going to say the mom, I'm going to say the custodial parent, because it could be a woman or it could be a man.
Yeah, yeah.
These days, both are on child support.
Both,
it's not
yeah,
just
yeah.
men anymore.
Yeah.
So both are on child support. But the only way for them to get out of that is for that custodial parent would have to go down and say, I don't want nothing from him. I don't want to be bothered with him. I want to close this case. But now they can't get it twisted now. She can close the case. Things will stop from that point, but they still have to pay those arrears or whatever was left.
Okay. Okay.
But it's up to the parent, because they can forgive everything and be like, I'm just done with them. I want them out of my life. I don't want no money I don't want nothing. I'm just over them. If that custodial parent says, I want to just forgive everything. I just want to be done with him. I want to close this case. I want to be done with her. I want to close this case. And I don't want to have nothing to do with them. I just want to go in peace. Then the government they will forgive all of it. They will close the case, and that's it.
Wow.
But if you go and say you want to give up your parental rights, you can give them up all day. But you still got to pay that child support.
Wow. I didn't know that.
And they got to know, once they give up their parental rights, they have no right to see that child. Because I pretty much guarantee you, I'm still paying child support. I'll be like, well, I'm paying. I still got to pay this. I want to see my son. No, you've given up your parental rights. You don't have no rights to do that anymore.
Wow.
They will try a lot of stuff. So then, so what we left off on was filing a support order, and they're getting incomes and seeing if either parent has the child on any health care insurance or benefits like that. And that determines your support order amount. Right? It's called an SOA. I've been listening. So then the next step is after the child support is in place, the amount will be deducted from the NCP, which is the non-custodial parent. It will be deducted from their paycheck.
Right. Be garnished.
Yeah, it will be garnished from their paychecks. And the state, right here, it says the state requires immediate income withholding in most cases. So once that child support order is in place, bam, they want their money.
Yeah.
They want their money. It's coming out your paycheck.
It's coming on up out of there.
It's coming out of there. Now, the person that I've been talking to about child support that's been giving me information, they work for this next program, which is called the Fatherhood Program. So now what Fatherhood does, which is a part of the DCSS whole thing. So now what Fatherhood does, Fatherhood helps these guys get jobs so that they can pay their child support.
Okay.
So the Fatherhood agent, so the only way you can go to the Fatherhood program is you have to fall behind in your child support. Okay. In your order. And anyone, I'm gonna read this, any customer who has an active case and established paternity is eligible for our service. A non-custodial parent case does not have to be an enforcement function to benefit from the Fatherhood. Yep, that's it right there. The Fatherhood program is administered. It is an employment base. So in order to be in Fatherhood, you have to have a job. It is employment based. You have to have a job. Now, the Fatherhood agent, they get relationships with agencies and different places and different things so that they can help you find a job so that you can pay your child support. But a lot of them get mad because it's employment based. You have to have a
You have
job
to
to be a
have a
part
job.
of fatherhood. Now, there you and your fatherhood agent can enroll you in GED. They can send you on job training. Like they will send you to welding, forklifting, all that, and the state pays for it. So
Just the
there's
one.
things that they can do. There's careers that they can get while they're trying to pay their child support if they're interested.
Mm-hmm.
And then, after you're in I forgot how long the fatherhood program is. Let's see. It's right here. Can be enrolled. So I think it's 90 days. That's as long as the fatherhood program is. Oh, 90 days. 90 days. So yeah, okay. So in order to complete the fatherhood program, you have to be working blah, 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 consecutively 90 days and paying.
Okay. Oh, and paying child support.
Yes. And so the thing is, this is like this fatherhood agent are the ones that if you ain't paying,
Mm-hmm.
you ain't doing what you need to do, you get put out of the program. The police coming to your house and your license is getting suspended.
Oh.
They put an order in for all that.
Oh, Lord.
So yeah. Then you have to get your license reinstated, and if you get caught out there and you go to jail, so now you got to pay up the wazoozis. You got to pay 20% of what you owe.
Oh.
So if you owe $25,000, you have to pay 20% of that to get out of jail and get your license reinstated.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a lot of times. That's what I'm in the office. Yeah.
Wow.
So payment of the full past due balance on all cases that meet the criteria for suspension. Payment of 20% of the total past due balance on all cases that meet the criteria for license suspension. Payment of 3 times the current support and past due payments on all active cases that meet the criteria for suspension. So basically, if you just don't want to go to jail, pay your child support. And another thing that they do, they have a support order amount for $500 or $600, but they're only paying $40 a month.
Right.
First of all, how your child gonna eat off of $40 a month?
I don't know, because groceries.
They can't buy no clothes. They can't eat. They can't get no shoes.
Get nothing.
They can't. You go to the store right now with $40. You can't even buy a complete meal.
No, I can't.
And you one person.
I'm one person.
You cannot buy. You cannot even buy a complete meal for $40. And it's funny because I hear they be paying $10. What you talking about for $10?
And still be complaining.
And it's so crazy too that there's some that's working a nice job.
Mm-hmm.
They will quit so they don't have to pay child support.
Oh.
They will quit so they don't have to pay child support.
Mm-hmm.
But what they don't realize is if you ain't paying, your license is still gonna get suspended.
Yep.
Your license wouldn't. Then you still got water running in the bathroom? I'm sorry. Really in the middle of your show? Yeah, because I don't want no flood. But so yeah, so they have to, and then it says driver's license suspension criteria. Account balance on all NCP active cases must be equal
Mhm.
to or greater than the total monthly child support due for the previous 3 months, 90 calendar days. Additionally, the total payments for the last 105 days must be less than 3 times the total of all monthly, weekly, bi-weekly, or semi-monthly support amounts due on all active cases.
Child. Mm-mm.
So, just do what you're supposed to do. You made the baby, take care of the baby.
Yeah.
Especially if you find out the child is yours. And
Yeah.
especially if it's not yours and you signed the damn thing, that's your child, pay your child support.
That's yours. You shouldn't have
Pay your
signed it.
child support. And please, ladies, do know, because I went through this, do know that once your child reaches legal age, I think it's 18, 18, 17, 18 years old,
Mm-hmm.
the father does not have to pay child support, but they still have to pay all that back pay. They still have to pay it.
Yeah.
So if they working and they not working and all of that, they still have to pay.
Yeah.
And each state have their age limit. Some states are 21, some are
Mm-hmm.
18, some are 17. So
Right.
it depends on your state. Again, viewers, we are talking about Georgia.
Right.
We're talking about the child support laws and rules in Georgia.
Right.
But my child support case was coming out of New Orleans before I moved to Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
And now my son is now 32
Mm-hmm.
and I'm still getting child support. Well,
Girl, shut up.
I was, but he lost his job or whatever. And so I'm not, so the minute he gets a job, they will start sending checks back. They
Girl,
have to
shut
pay.
up.
He owes $130 something thousand dollars.
Shut up.
And
Oh my God.
as long as he is working, when he gets a job, those checks will resume coming to me until he pays that $130,000.
Oh my God.
So, and it's not just me, it's other ladies out there too. I don't really know how Georgia works on that accord, but
Mm-hmm.
even though I live in Georgia, my case is still in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they just send the checks here, but everything still is in New Orleans.
Is out of
So
Louisiana. Yeah.
he has to pay every cent of that $130,000 back.
Girl, that
So
is
technically, when
crazy.
he's working and he file his taxes, it comes to me. Now
You get
he has 5 other kids or something like that. But the majority, all of them are not on child support. I don't think. I don't know. I don't care. But the
Mhm.
majority of the money comes to me because I had the firstborn child.
Girl, shut up. Shut up.
Yes, ma'am.
That is crazy to me.
It is. It is. But, I was like, because for a long time they tried to reach me. And ladies, let me just say this. If you have an active child support case, or if you have a old child support case according to your state, and you know that this man has to pay this money regardless, your child could be 50 years old. If he ain't paid that money down, you still gonna get them checks. As long
Girl,
as you alive. As long as you alive. And when you die, it's probably gonna go to your child because he still has to pay it.
shut
So, ladies, please, if you move, if you stay with somebody, make sure that you change your address. Make sure you
Mm.
call child support and change your address because these people tried to find me. It took them about 6 months to find me. And when
Mhm.
they found me, they mailed me 25 checks.
Girl, and you went straight to the bank, didn't you?
And straight to the bank. But it took me a minute because they mailed them and they all kicked back. So then the guy had to send me a form to fill out for each check so they can reissue them.
Oh, because it had been over 6 months.
It had been so long because they was trying to find out my location. So
Yeah.
I had to go through all that. So that's why I'm saying that to say, ladies, if you move, if you stay with somebody, I don't care if you're in a hotel for 6 months, change your address, because you never know when a check is coming or when this fool decided he want to go drop $500 on a case that's closed, or now he's working and they're taking out of their check. And another thing you should know, if you have a closed case like myself, my case was closed because my son is now 32.
Yeah, that's crazy.
When the father goes to work, he ain't got to say nothing. He ain't got to do nothing. It automatically comes out of his check because child support is a flag. Oh, he working, bam, get this money.
Wow.
So you ain't got to call when he get a job if you know about it, if you talk to him. The mom ain't got to call, nobody ain't call. All that Social Security number got to do is go through the system.
You ain't got the call.
You ain't got to call.
Okay, girl.
So, but make sure that your phone number stay up to date and your address stay up to date, because you could be missing out on some money and you around here talking about that nigga ain't paid, and you probably got checks sitting somewhere like my stupid. Well, I wasn't even worried about it because my son is grown now, and I didn't know that he still had to pay that.
That's crazy.
I had no clue that he still had to. He gonna be paying until he pay, because it was $132 that he owed before my son made 18. In New Orleans, the age is 18. It's not 21. But it like they say it could be 21 in other states, could be 18, 17. So I didn't know. I figured he made 18. I was like, Lord, I ain't gonna never get that money. And then about 7 months later, here I go.
Wow. That's crazy.
It is crazy. But one thing I can appreciate about child support is most of the time it's the mom that has the kid. It really is. But very seldom, but it does happen. The men wind up with the kids because the mom is either on whatever the case might be. Whatever's happening with the dad could be the same thing that happens with the mom. And they end up with the kids too, but I just, if it's your child, why wouldn't you want to take care of your child?
Right.
Your mama took care of you. And back then, when we was younger, there was so many single parents that parented, and they took care of their kids by themselves, like myself. But back then we had a team. We had grandmas, we had grandpas, we had aunties, that helped you out. Today, they young like the kids, so they ain't helping with nothing. They want to get their nails done. They want to go out to the club, so they ain't helping you. But when we were coming up, and I can't speak for everybody, but I know when I was coming up, I had a village with my kids.
Right.
I truly had a village with my kids. Yeah. I had my mama. I had all of my grandparents then.
Yeah.
So my mama had 13 sisters and brothers, baby. I had aunties and cousins and would get the kids, and so I had a village with my kids, and I'm grateful for that. But a lot of people don't have that. They don't have a village. They don't have help with their kids, so they're doing it by themselves. When I was at work, I had my mom there. She's helping with homework. She's getting school clothes ready. So I had my sister. She was there. She helped. So because my niece and my nephew were there, so they were all around the same age. So I had that village. Yeah. A lot of women don't have that.
True.
A lot of women don't have that. And only thing they do have is to depend on this father to do what he's supposed to do.
Right.
Pay your child support so that I can take care of your kid.
Yeah.
And then some of the dads are mad because the mama ain't home, the kid with the grandmother because the mama at work. Nigga. How you think she gonna take care of the kid if you ain't doing that? She got to go to work.
Exactly.
She got to go to work. But a lot of them don't want her to work because they want her to be at home with the kids. So if you want me to be at home with the kids, to pay the child support.
Pay child support. Pay your child support. And I'm gonna say, I'm gonna put your hat on right now.
You gonna put my head on.
By you, Diva. I'm gonna be the devil's advocate. Devil's advocate. What did I say? Devil's advocate. Jesus.
Uh-huh.
Devil's advocate.
Uh-huh.
Ladies, if your children's father is already breaking you off some dough every month, every week, whatever, do the calculation, okay?
Yeah.
And you don't necessarily have to file child support if you're already getting help, because when each state has their own formula, you
Absolutely.
might end up messing
It's
yourself
actually
up
on here. Let
when
me
they
see.
when they put everybody's income in the formula and end up getting less. So do the calculations now. See what's happening.
Well, see, what it is that they'll do something and they're not consistent with it. So the mom feel like, oh, well, you gave me $500 this month. You know, the next month you gave me $1,000, but now here you come with 200. So when they're not consistent, and a lot of times I ain't gonna even lie, because I've been around it, because I have several family members who had their child's father on child support. And for me, child support is nothing to be ashamed of, because, and I know I have a friend who was like, I don't want nobody now. I'm getting child for what? He ain't taking care of his child. What is that a secret about?
Exactly.
Now, if it was, you didn't want nobody to know you was getting no food stamps or no welfare, that's something different. But we're talking about the welfare of your child. What are you ashamed of that for?
Yeah.
But what happens is those fathers are not being consistent. And it might be one of those months where she want to go get her hair and her nails done, so now she's mad. But if you don't know anything about child support, then you go and do stupid stuff like this. Oh, I'm going to put your ass on child support. So now you went from getting $500, $1,000, one little $200. Then he went back up to 4, 5, and 6 or 7. So now you went from that to getting $200 a month.
Period. And that's it. That's all you
But
get.
they do that because they don't know. They don't know that if I go down here and put him on child support, they gonna take his income, my income, and this is what I'm gonna get. They don't think about it like that.
They don't, yeah.
And the
That's
bottom
why I
line
said,
too, people, if you can resolve a child support case outside of DCSS, get an attorney.
Yeah.
Draw up some paper.
Yeah.
And another thing that you fellas should know about child support, if you're on child support, pay your child support. When Christmas come, birthday come, and you're buying them something, that does not suffice for you not paying your child support. Those items are considered a gift.
Right. Right.
So that means you buy your son some shoes for his birthday. You bought him some clothes for his birthday, and his birthday in June, and now you got Christmas coming and you buying all these toys and this and that, and your child support due in January. You can't go to DCSS and say, well, I bought him this and I bought him that and I bought him this and I bought him that. Sir, those are considered a gift because the money did not go through the proper channels of DCSS.
Right. Right.
You can submit a form that shows people bank-wide that they can please them. Some offices don't do that. Some offices do that.
Okay. So I was just told that there is a form that the parent can fill out and says that, but it has to be. So it's catches to this. It's steps to this. So if you do a birthday gift or a Christmas gift or whatever kind of gift you want to give, just a every gift, because it has to be in the form of money. It cannot be in the form of an item.
An item.
Because then the mother can go and fill out paperwork and say, well, he brought this, he brought this. I mean, he sent this, he sent this, he sent this through transfer. So it can count. Then they'll count it. But not all cities, not all states, and not all my drink. I told you I was gonna get me a drink a little later.
You
So
know
I got me what it is. It's the strawberry. Ooh. So this is a white chocolate strawberry cream moonshine.
Oh, Jesus. Mm-mm.
Yeah. So
Mm-mm.
just be careful about that. My thing is do this. If you want to give them something, if it's around a particular holiday or something like that, pay a little more on your child support.
Yeah.
Because it'll knock it down. So that way, if your SOA amount is $500 a month, send a 7.
Right. Yeah.
That way you know it's accounted for.
Right.
And what these guys have to understand too is you have to damn, it just went on my mind. Oh, it's gonna come back. I forgot. God damn, just that quick. But yeah, you just pay a little extra. Oh, what I was gonna say is you have what they call arrears.
Okay, she's back.
Your current support is closed, but your arrears is still open.
Uh-huh.
So when they pay back, they either paying back the state of Georgia or they paying back for their parents. So that's back child support,
Mhm.
and that arrears payment was that arrears.
Right,
So it's
gotcha.
called a repay.
A repay. Okay. Right. So just do your job. Pay your damn child support. So then now we're gonna go to another part of this. It's called access and visitation.
Uh-oh.
So this goes through a company called Family First. And this is only for Cobb. This is only for Cobb County. Every county is different, right?
Yeah.
Every county is different. So, but this is only for Cobb County. So basically, I'm gonna just breeze through it. So you do a case intake assessment, and then you do individual in the back. Dang, I only took one sip. Individual counseling and education session. Okay. Well, I think it's right here because access and visitation program. Okay. So, okay, let me do the fact sheet. You can pull it up, Nisa, if you want, because it's on there. Access and visitation fact sheet. So the Access and Visitation Program provides approximately $10 million in funding annually to 54 U.S. states and territories, administered by Office of Child Support Service in the Department of Health and Human Services. The AV program is designed to increase the non-custodial parents' access to and visitation with their children. If you go back under the programs, did you find it? Go back under the program, Nisa.
Here, this right here.
No. Oh, no. Click right here. Can you get that right there? These 3 lines right here.
What, right here?
Yeah. Let me see. Click that. Yep. Go down. Go up. See it right there? Access and Visitation Program. That's what I'm reading from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got it.
So it has all the stuff and eligibility for services. In order to participate in the AV program, the parent must have an open child support case. That the top one is what I'm reading from the fact sheet. So basically, pretty much anything dealing with child support, you have to have an active case. If your case is closed, they already got your information. If there's back child support, you're gonna get that money, whatever. But you have to have an active case to participate in fatherhood and to participate in access and visitation. Um, and it says for the safety of the other parent and the children, AV services will not be provided if there's a history of domestic violence. So if any parent has hit the other parent, they've been verbally abusive, they've been any of that, they're not eligible for this program. They do not let you be a part of this program if you have been violent. If you have been violent in any way, they won't do it. They won't do it.
Well, that's smart.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm doing something real quick.
That's real smart.
Yeah, because you know, you just you don't want to be bothered with that. And then you don't want the kid afraid of the parent. You don't want to have that. You just don't want to have that vision.
Right.
So you get parent education, you get mediation, development of parenting plans, you get visitation enforcement. Now, visitation enforcement, I don't know what all that entails, but I know like some parents who visit their kids, they have to have it monitored. Now, I don't know to what degree they have to have that or what's going on. I know it can't be any abusive stuff, but it could. I don't know. I really don't know the extent of that. So, but this is just this supervised. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Supervised visitation, and I don't know what has to happen in order for a parent to have that. So the judge can order it. It depending on the judge. So that is just one part of the access and visitation. Then there's also a brochure. Let me open this and see what it is. So it tells you when you go to the brochure one, go out of that one, Nisa, and then go back to the thing because remember it had the 3 and you chose the fact sheet. So if you go out of that one,
hold on,
and then it tells you you go to the brochure and it's going to tell you about basic visitation rights.
Hold on. Gotta open. I had to download it.
Oh, I know. Right there. Yep. So right here, it tells you your basic visitation right. When married parents divorce, the parents have equal rights to custody and visitation with their children until a court makes an order about custody or visitation. So if you divorce, you have equal rights. But of course, you're going to have one parent that wants something and the other parent going to want something. So that's when you're going to have to go to court and get your visitation right. Let the court decide what's going to be your visitation right.
Right.
And then it says, if the parents are not married to each other and the father has not legitimated the child, only the mother has custody and control of the child. So did y'all men, y'all hear that? Because y'all be tripping. If you are not married and you have not legitimated this child, only the mother has full custody and control of that child. So your next step would be to go get the child legitimized and then ask for your visitation or whatever you want to do at that point.
And
it
that
says
means get
this
a
means
DNA
the
test.
father, and it says that this means the father does not have the right to have visitation with the child without the mother's permission.
Yep. That means go get a DNA test, fellas. That's what that word means.
Yeah. Go get a DNA test. Go get
DNA test.
legitimized. And it says, how does the father legitimate his child? If the mother consents, an unwed father may sign the established paternity of his child on the paternity affidavit from the hospital or health department. That means signing the birth certificate.
Right.
That's just basically what it means. And then at the bottom, it just tells you, the things that are offered to you guys as pretty much co-parenting. You get mediations, you get supervised visits, you can get monitor visitation, neutral drop-off and pick-up visitations. I mean, it's a lot that goes behind child support. Everybody think it's just, oh, he gonna pay this and you gonna pay that, and it's just over. That's just not the way it works. There's a lot more that goes into child support, especially if you are not married and you have not legitimized this particular child in question.
Yep.
So you don't have no rights. None. Zero, zilch, none.
None.
You have no rights to this child. You have no rights to be with this child. There are some mothers out there, even though you have not legitimized this child, they know they will let you visit the child or be with the child, but then you have those deceitful mothers who
hey Joyce.
You ain't legitimized this child, so no, you will not be visiting with this child. And also, guys and ladies who are on child support, also keep in mind that in order to have all of this stuff that is at your fingertips, you have to have an open child support case.
Yes. Yes.
We're going to put the links. Well, she already put the link in there. So the link, you guys can go back through these links. And I know some of our den dwellers that watch us, I know y'all have child support issues. I know two offhand that I know that watch us. So this information is there for you guys to use because again, fathers are not the only ones that are on child support anymore. Mothers are on child support now too. So you have to know your right.
Definitely
know your right. And daddies, if you're out there and you're buying gifts for your child, that does not suffice for your child support. Pay your child support. The state and a judge considers that a gift.
Right.
Again, you might have a nice mother that say, well, I'm going to go and sign this and say, you spent $400 on this. And then they might forgive a month of child support or whatever, depending on your SOA amount. So, pay child support, people. So that was access and visitation. And then there's different access and visitation service providers. Cobb County deals with, if you want to go to that map, Nisa, Cobb County deals with family first. How about grandparents' rights to see their grandchildren? That's gonna be a show, Miss Joyce, that we're going to do, and because I am getting ready to go through that process myself, and I will have more information. But DCSS does not deal with grandparents' rights. It's a whole nother company. But we gonna touch on that in a few months, because then I will have all my information and my stuff going with that. But do know, any grandparents that's watching, you do have rights. You definitely have grandparents' rights. In the majority of the states that I know, you have grandparents' rights. You can take the mother to court. You can take the father to court. You can do all of that, and you can get your rights. It's almost like child support, because you can have the right to see your grandkids, and you will do like access and visitation stuff too. But yes, I'll probably give you the information before we talk about it on the show, because I'm actually going through that process right now. So I will definitely let you know. But just a FYI, you definitely have rights. There are grandparents' rights in each state. You got to do some work, because it's just like child support. Like, you got to know where I don't know if it's and probably it's the parent that's not your child, because your child probably wouldn't take your grandkids away from you. But whoever that other parent is, you got to make sure you know where they live. And what would definitely help you is if they have, this was some information that was given to me to get my stuff started. If they know where they live, and what would definitely help them, if they have an open and active case, child support case with the grandkids. If the mom and the dad has an open, active child support case, then you would, it'll be easy for them to find her, because her information is connected to the child support.
Right.
Or it'll be easier for them to find him, because his information is connected to the child support. So definitely make sure that they have an open case, because your grandparents' right case will be a lot easier if your son or daughter has an open, active child support case, because it's your son's kids, but it's not your son that's keeping them from you, right? It's the mom, right? It's got to be the mom. But again, if he has an open, active child support case with her, it'll be a lot easier for the attorney that's going to do your grandparents' right case, because they can always contact child support to get information on that mother. Because as long as she has an active child support case, child support has an active address, her date of birth, her social, all of that. Child support has all of that. That can be subpoenaed by an attorney for the grandparents' rights. So it works hand in hand, because it almost works something like child support, but it's not child support, because you ain't got to pay nothing. You're just asking for a right to spend time with your grandkids, have visitation with them where they can come and visit you, stay the summer, stay for Christmas, stay for Thanksgiving, stay whatever. And like the attorney told me, you guys it would have to be a mediation where you sit, you talk, you say, hey, I want to get them in the summer. If she say no, then you have to give me either Thanksgiving or Christmas. So it's just like with the fathers. Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, but still same thing. Same thing. If he don't want you, still you got right. You got it right. Oh yeah, he's not on child support. Yeah, but still, if he knows where the mom is, really and truly, like the attorney told me, all you need is the mom's address. Because once you have the address, they can serve her, they can send her papers, and she has to answer. So you don't need no other information. All you need is her name and her address. Then they have to serve her. Once they serve her, then she comes in and they get all that information. And this particular lady, this is for my grandson. Like, I have a granddaughter and a grandson. This is for my grandson. He's 12 and I've never met him, never seen him.
Oh, Lord.
She doesn't let my son see him. And I tried to talk to her about, hey, listen, it ain't got nothing to do with my son. This is me. I want to see my grandson. I want to know him. I want him to know his other side of the family. Blah, blah, blah. Her mom connected us. And then, so she blocked me on Facebook and she never answered me. So I tried. So now I'm about to bring you to court.
Oh, wow.
So I tried to do it the nice way. I tried to talk to you. I tried to do it the nice way. So now, and the good part is, I don't even know this girl. Never seen her. I don't know what she looked like. None of that. But it's her mom that has been helping me. Her mom gave me her address.
Well, what is the reason that she didn't want?
I don't. Well, she doesn't even let my son see his own son, and he's paying child support. And
That's
I
what
keep
I'm
telling
saying.
him, there's stuff that you can do. She cannot deny you.
No.
So, but
No. Oh,
like
my
I
goodness.
told him, you're grown. This ain't for you. This for me.
Mhm.
And when he on my time, don't think you're gonna be coming up here to see him. No, that's not the way it works. You need to get on your own time.
Right.
So he needs to do what he needs to do for him. But yes, as long as you know where she at, as long as he know where she live
Mhm.
and her full name, that's
Mhm.
all the attorney need, and they will
And
serve her.
we're sure that the grandson is your grandson, right? We're 100%.
Yeah, you definitely have to make sure of that.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not fair. It's definitely not. But she doing it. She doing it. And like I said, my grandson is 12. Now I did talk to him one time on video because he was at his grandmother's house and she
Grandmother's
called
house.
me. She
Mm.
called me so I can talk to him and meet him. We talk, we laugh, so she's the one that's really been helping me because she don't think it's fair at all.
That's crazy.
But and like I said, as far as my son, I can't do for him. You 32 years old, you got to handle your own business.
Yeah.
This for me. This is for me. So yes. But once I get deeper in and get more information, where's your son, Miss Joyce? Is he here in Atlanta? Are they here in Atlanta? Because I know you're here. So, but you still need to know where the kid is. But yeah, you would have, so I can give you information for Atlanta, but I don't know how it works because they still have to contact New Orleans for my grandson because that's where he is.
Mm-hmm.
So even though I'm opening the case here, they still have to go back and forth with New Orleans. So it's just a lot behind this. The women, the men, you have to take care of your kids, man. You have to take care of your kids. If you know you as an adult can't eat off of $40 a week,
come on.
How can you
Who
send
does
somebody
that?
$40 a month?
Who does that?
I'm gonna stress that a month. How can you send somebody $40 a month and then your support amount is $560 and you send $40 a month?
Yeah. And
Where
think
did
it's
you have
okay.
that?
And think it's okay.
Oh, but guess what, baby? I would do all three of them. I would do all three of them because I only have one grandchild on my life insurance. I want to add him, but I can't. I don't know nothing about. All I know is his name and his birthday. That's it. And again, I've talked to him one time. The grandma sent me pictures. She always sending me pictures. Like she's always sending me stuff. Oregon. Yeah. Well, as long as you start your case here. Oh, they're gonna fix it. You get an attorney here. You get that information. All you need is her home address.
Mm-hmm.
If you got a phone number, that will work too. But all you need is her full name and her home address. The attorney will do the rest. They'll do the rest because they will serve her. All they have to have is her name on it. And once they serve her and she answer them, then they're going to get all the other information.
Wow. Okay.
And somebody could serve you papers. All they need is your address and your name.
Yeah.
And the server will be at your door.
Yep.
You answer the door, who is it? You go to the door, you open that door, you've been served.
Listen, right.
They ain't saying nothing else, but you've been served.
Yep.
So, and like I said, give me another few weeks, and I will have the information, and I might even just send you the same person.
Come on, grandparents, right?
Yep, because we have grandparents, right? But and it's kind of sad when the kids don't do what they need to do as parents, because you definitely have rights as a parent. If especially if you're a guy and you legitimize and you know that
Right.
that's your child,
You know that's your kid. Yeah.
what you doing?
Right. Why wouldn't you? And then later on they end up with, kid don't know them. Kid ain't really trying to
Right.
bond with them. Well, that's my child and they should want to get to know me. No,
See, the only
No.
difference
they
is
grown now.
the only
They-
difference is Miss Joyce's son is not on child support,
Right.
but my son is. He's paying, and she won't let him see.
Yeah, that's not right at all.
So, but
All he needs to do is go to Louisiana and let them know, right?
he's in Louisiana. He's down there with them. He's in the same state.
So he can't go to court and let the judge know, hey, I'm paying and she's not letting me see him.
He can.
You've said it all right there with
He
two
can.
words. Them 2 words said a whole bunch.
So you can do either, baby. You start your case here, and you let that attorney know I got a grandson or grandchildren in Oregon, and I got a grandson in Baltimore. I need all of them.
Yeah.
I need all of them. But he can. He just hasn't, and I'm not. I personally feel like he's waiting for mama
Yeah.
to do, but I've already
Will do.
told him, you ain't gonna be on my time. So
Right.
you need to go ahead and take care of your own business. Because actually,
your
I just told him I was doing it, but as a matter of fact, when everything go through, I ain't telling him shit.
Well.
So no. Mm-mm. So our listeners and viewers, we decided to do this because
Mhm.
it is Child Support Awareness Month.
Mhm.
And again, a lot of guys, they don't know their rights. A lot of
Right.
women, they don't know their rights.
They don't know
So-
the rights
They don't, yeah, they
correctly.
don't-
They know how to throw some buzzwords out there, but they don't really know how it works.
yeah, they don't really know how it works. And if you just think, oh, I'm going to put him on child support and he going to pay. And, for anybody that's just joining us, like we said earlier, it would benefit you.
Hey, Tasha. Mhm.
It would benefit you if you would get an attorney and you guys sit and talk about an amount of money
Right.
that you would like him to pay, that you suspect him to pay, or whatever, and deal with it outside of court. You still can have a court document
Right.
that says, and the judge signed that says that he's going to pay $600 a month.
Right.
You all can do that. Hey, Natasha, you all can do that outside of court.
Mm-hmm.
But when y'all mad because he got a new girlfriend and then the new girlfriend and had a new baby, so now you mad at the world, you want to run down to the child support office because I'm going to put him on child support, and you don't even know how the process works. So if you ain't working, but he working, he carrying the baby on insurance. So y'all talked about $600, but now when you go down to DCSS, you getting $200 a month. Now you mad. You mad because they consider everybody's income. And
Right.
then especially if he's working and he's carrying that child on his insurance, that's more money that they take off. Meaning his support order amount could have started out with his support order amount could have started at $800.
Yep.
But when they look at his job, then they done knocked off $400.
Yep.
So now you at $400. And now when they look at the fact he's carrying him on his insurance and they're taking $400 a month out his check for insurance,
Mm-hmm.
you know what you're about to get? $100 a month. $100 a month. So it's always best if you guys can sit down and work it out. And
Yeah.
most of the time, the guys want to work. It's the women because they mad because he done left and now he got another woman and he got another baby
Get
and they
emotional.
jealous or they mad.
Right.
So they don't want to talk and they don't want to work anything out. They feel like, okay, now you got another bitch and you got another baby. I'm going to put you on child support. But they don't know the ins and outs about it. And then they mad again because they go down there. They're already on welfare and food stamps.
Mm-hmm.
So now the state is paying you. So he got to pay that money. He got to pay the state back.
Right. Right.
So because you on those kind of benefits, and then now he got to pay child support, but then he carrying a child on his insurance. You lucky if you get $100. You might get $75 a month. So be careful about what you're asking for.
Right.
And not literally, but be careful what you're asking for when you run your little ass down there to the child support office, thinking you about to stick it to them, and you get stuck. And he can be making good money,
Mm-hmm.
but they take into effect that you're already on public assistance. He's
Yep.
carrying the son on his insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Then you paying the co-pays and they take every penny
Yep.
into consideration. Yep, it never goes as planned because they're doing it out of hate and out of spite and all that. And you got the men too. The men too that go down there and because they got the baby and the woman don't want the baby or whatever, and they go run their little happy ass down there and try to put her on child support. Same thing. That's the only thing. The rules don't change because a man is putting a woman on child support or a woman is putting a man on child support. The rules don't change. It's
Nope.
still the same. It's still the same.
It's the same.
And if you missed earlier when we were talking about it, if you are not married and you're going to get married,
Mm-hmm.
this is a conversation you need to have with your new wife because now her income goes into your child support.
Yep.
So technically, your new wife is paying child support for your child.
Yep.
So y'all better think about it. And you got to know, look it up. If you don't know, talk to somebody. Everybody has a child support caseworker.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time, and I'm Natasha, I'm only talking out of I can't say experience, but I'm only talking from what I know for somebody who actually works for child support. It's always he got a new girlfriend. He got a new girlfriend. I don't want that bitch around my baby. I don't want this. So normally it is out of spite, to be honest with you. It is I would say 85% of the time it's out of spite because he don't want you no more. You done messed up or whatever happened between y'all. And now he got a new woman and now you don't want your baby around this woman because you don't know this woman. And just with the men too.
Yeah.
I want that nigga taking care of my baby.
My
I
child.
don't
Yeah.
want, and this is things that this person have heard in her program. So 9 times out of 10, it is because of spite. It is because of jealousy, because they have left and got somebody else and have moved on with their life and they still have feelings.
Right.
So they feel like they're going to try to hurt them by putting them on child support when technically they're only hurting themselves.
Hurting themselves and the kids. Hurting themselves and the kids. Because in the middle of all of that,
So you misunderstood what I said. I didn't say they had a problem with the women. They don't like the fact that he's with another woman.
Oh, Jesus.
It ain't the problem directly with the women. It's just the fact that they're not together. let me see, they just refused to care for their kid. I ended up dropping one because he couldn't get out of jail. Yeah, but it's not that they have a problem with the women. They have a problem with the man because they're no longer together.
Mm-hmm.
And to even say, well, I don't want her around my kid, is not saying you got a problem with her. That's straight up jealousy right there. And if any woman say that, you jealous because he's dating somebody else. And a lot of times it's really not with the women, it's with the man. Because they're gone for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever reason. Whatever reason. And especially, like I said, if now he's with somebody, now they get married and now she pregnant with another child. If they still have feelings, a lot of time it's just the jealousy. It's not the initial, I have a problem with this woman, because the woman ain't did you nothing. It's the man that they have a problem with. Yeah, it's definitely the man. It's not the woman. But of course, when you mad and you angry, you're gonna say, I don't want my baby around that woman. Problem with that woman. So yeah, that's not what I was saying, that they have a problem with the women. It's they have a problem with the men because they want the man back. So yeah, just just know what you're doing. Make sure you get the information. And again, we posted a link in the comments so you can go back and look. This is Georgia rules. This is
Yeah.
Georgia laws for child support. This is for the entire state of Georgia.
Yeah.
Yep, they want them back. They want them back because they know they messed up, and now they acting out of spite. Just being spiteful and
Yeah.
just doing stupid stuff. It's and believe it or not, the celebrities are dealing with it too. Because this person that works for child support have had celebrities come through there. I can't say no names, but they've had celebrities come through those offices, and they're dealing with the same thing: spiteful women.
Cause they human too. Just
Yeah,
cause you got money, that mean you a human with what they say, more money, more problems.
yeah.
That's
Yep.
all it is.
So that's what it is. But again, we posted that link, and if anybody's looking, you're gonna go back and watch. And you in this situation, follow
Yeah.
those links so you know your rights. And the
Yes.
men, y'all need to follow those links too. Just look at
Yeah.
them, read them, so you know your rights. Each parent have rights.
Yes. Each parent has,
Each parent have rights.
and
You
like
have
I said,
access and visitation rights, where you can access your child and visit your child. And a lot
yes,
of them don't understand that. But you do have rights. You have rights. That's your
rights.
child. You
You
have rights.
definitely have rights. And you have programs like this one that we talked about
The fatherhood
earlier, the
program.
fatherhood program.
Yes,
For
absolutely.
all our dads out there that's in the state of Georgia, you have a program that is behind you. They're there to help you with all kinds of different things that
Yep.
you need, all the way emotional wellness courses. Like, we know our men, a lot of them are raised not to tap into their emotions and not to be
Mhm.
emotional about stuff. But
Mhm.
you angry, that's an emotion.
Yeah.
And if you're dealing with child support, 9 times out of 10, you're angry with that mom. You're angry about the situation. You're frustrated because you want to see your children, your child, however many you have. Look and go to stuff like this because
And the
it's there
father,
for you and it's needed.
yeah. And again, the fatherhood program, if you're not working,
Mm-hmm.
the fatherhood program offers you on the training courses, welding, forklifting, other things. If you are not a high school graduate, they help you with your GED. And they do this to help you get a job so that you can pay for your child support. But once you enter the fatherhood program, if your license is suspended, it will get reinstated once you become a part of this program.
It is.
So it's a lot of things out there to help guys, to help ladies as well, who are on child support.
Yeah.
It's out there to help you. The information is there. It is a excellent program. It's an excellent program. So, there are things out there to help you. There's information out there. Before you go off and just run because you want to put somebody on child support, you need to read. You
Find
need
out
to
what's
look up some information because you could be hurting yourself as opposed to sitting down with this man and saying, hey, listen, I need $500 a month to take care of your child. What can you do?
how can
Or
you
what
help?
can you give me a month to take care of your child? Let's handle this with the court system, but out of DCSS.
Yes.
Let's handle this with an attorney. And you don't even have to go to court. It's just an attorney. They look over it. And well, it does have to go to a judge because it does have to award whatever the money is, give you the rules, give you this and give you that, and let you know if you say you're going to pay $500 a month, you pay this $500 a month. If you go buy him a bike for his birthday, that does not go with your child support. That's considered a gift. That's not added in. It can't be counted.
Right.
So, y'all get y'all information. I just thought this was a great topic for us to do, especially since it's Child Support Awareness Month.
Yes.
And a lot of men are out there just paying child support and they holding their head in their hand because they're like, I can't see my child. She won't let me visit my child. She won't let me talk to my child. She won't do this. And I'm paying all this money. Stop. You have rights.
Yes.
You have rights.
Definitely have rights. And as I mentioned earlier in the show, fellas, if you are unsure if a child is yours or not, don't get caught up in the emotions in the labor delivery room and oh my God, look at the baby, it's mine. If you don't know, do not sign that birth certificate, because once you sign that birth certificate, you are legally responsible for that kid, even if it's not biologically yours.
Until that kid, the age is different in different states, but until that child reaches anywhere between 18 and 21, you are legally responsible. And if you sign that birth certificate to legitimize that child and you take a DNA test and that child is not yours, guess what? Oops.
It don't matter.
It don't matter.
The birth certificate.
You signed the birth certificate.
And if you watch any of the
that child's father.
You are the father. You are the father. And
for
if you
18 years.
One of my
and you have to pay child support on a child that's not yours.
That's not
18
yours.
years. Because
Even
you was like, oh my God, this is my baby. He's so cute.
Right.
Let me sign. And she told my baby, go ahead and sign the birth certificate. You go right there and sign it. Guess what?
And she knows.
You just signed 18 years of your life away.
Yep. And even with one of my favorite paternity court shows, Paternity Court, even it's a situation where the guy has signed the birth certificate and they do the DNA testing and it comes back that the child is not his, the judge immediately says, you can take this back to your state and show them these results, but it is no guarantee that your name would be removed and your responsibilities will be removed from being legally this child's father. So that one little signature can cause a whole bunch of problems in your life if you're not sure. I don't care how many ugly words she calls you in that delivery room. Get that DNA test, or as Madea calls it, Dana. Talk to Dana before you sign anything. Talk to Dana. That's all I got to say about it.
Yeah. I mean, just be sure. Just be sure. Especially if you're not married.
Yes.
Now, if you married, it's more likely a chance is yours. But hey, you never know. But if you're not married and you do not live in the same house, don't do it. Don't sign that birth certificate. Let her know, hey, listen, I'll sign it later. I'll put my name on there later. Don't sign it, because if, again, like she said, if you sign that birth certificate and you do a DNA test, and you are not the father, technically you are the father.
You are the father forever.
Because you signed the birth. When you sign that birth certificate, you're saying, I am acknowledging that this child is mine.
Is mine. Yep. Yep.
So
Yep.
if she goes and puts you on child support and they do a DNA test and the child is not yours, that's going to go in the books, but it doesn't matter because you signed the birth certificate. So you signed it, that birth certificate that says, this child is mine. I take full parental responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
So now you have to take, you signed that birth certificate, you stuck. So now you have to take
Yep.
full parental responsibility anywhere from 18 to 21 years. And just to think about this, if y'all not together, y'all broke up or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
you taking care of somebody else. You could get married, you could have another relationship, but you still paying for that child that's not yours because
Not
you
yours.
signed that birth certificate.
And if you get married, your spouse, their income can be attached to the child support order.
Not can be, it will be.
Is.
Now
Your
you'll
spouse
have a
is
little
income.
time. You'll have a little time because if you're married, so what's going to happen is the custodial parent has to ask for what they call a review and modification.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
she can say, oh, he done got married. So then you can go in for a review and modification. So what they're going to do, you go in for the review and modification. So they're going to look at his income again. Now they're going to add his wife's income in. And they add the custodial parent's income in, and that's how they determine the amount. Now, your amount could go up or it could go down. So you got to be careful about that too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a catch-22 when you're talking about child support. But fellas, again, know your rights.
Yeah. Definitely know
If
you're right.
you have an itch that says, I wonder if this my child. If you even have a thought, a look, or anything, don't sign that birth certificate.
Don't sign it.
Don't
Don't
sign
sign it until you talk to Dana. Talk to Dana.
it. Don't sign. I'm telling you, some of these men is so now they do have so this is grandparents raising grandchildren.
That's a little different.
And other relatives raising yeah, so this is for
That's a little different.
the grandparents or other relatives may apply for child support at no cost, but you have to be raising those kids
Right.
or one or more of the following services for the children in their custody, but they have to be in your custody.
Right.
So you have to have
That's
something
a
that says
little
you have custody of these kids.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe they'll help you get custody because anything could have happened to the mom or the dad. They could have been a car accident, they could have been sick, anything. So if you're a grandparent and you are raising your grandkids, you can get support for them from the children. If you can get support from the state if something has happened to the parents.
Yeah.
Or if like most of the grandparents are raising their grandkids because the parents is doing whatever they want to do, you can get child support from them.
Okay.
So this is also on there. You can look about the grandparents if you are raising your grandkids.
Right.
There's information on here. So that support payment can be enforcement actions include. So they say, and if you do that and everything goes in, enforcement services are provided when a parent does not pay child support as ordered, so that support payments can be collected. Enforcement actions include, but are not limited to, contempt actions filed with the court, income deductions, withholding unemployment benefits, suspension or revocation of driver's license, filing liens against their property. Oh, and another thing that y'all didn't know, the state will lock your bank account. So
I can
they
see
say
that.
it will seize bank accounts,
I can see that.
intercepting lottery winnings, federal and
Yep.
state tax refunds to pay toward.
Mhm.
They will do anything. They will shut
They will
your
snatch.
bank account down. You can't get no money.
They will snatch it, child. Consider it snatched.
They will lock your bank account. No, they ain't gonna snatch. Well, they can't snatch your account, but they will lock it. You can't get no money. No money can't go in, and no money can't come out. They will lock it. You can't. You will be like we used to say back in the day. You will be stuck like Chuck. So, and that's for the guys too. If you're not paying your some support amount, or all the things that I read, include that goes with you too.
Yeah.
They will put you in contempt, which means a warrant is issued for your arrest
Sad to say.
when you are not paying your child support.
Yep.
A warrant is issued for your arrest. They take money out your work check. They take unemployment benefits. They suspend your license. If you own a home, they will put a lien on your property. They will seize your bank account. Like, they will take over your bank account, which means you can't do nothing with it. If you won the lottery, they will intercept your winnings.
They will. Yes, they will.
And they will take your state and federal income tax.
Yep. Everything you think you got coming to you, they'll take it. They would.
And one thing we did not talk about,
What's that?
if you are on child support and you are not paying your child support, please do not try to leave. No, I'm not gonna say try to leave. Please do not leave the country.
Oh, your passport gets revoked, doesn't it?
You can go, but you ain't coming back.
Can't come back.
You ain't coming back.
Shut the front door. I did
You
not know
can
that.
go, but hey, Kiki, you can go, but you ain't coming back.
Can you even get a passport?
You probably won't be able to get one. You can't get one. But if you already have one, I don't know why it's that way. Like, they won't catch it if you're going out the country.
The stage, child. I can't.
They won't catch it when you're going out the country, but try to come back.
Can't come back.
You ain't coming back.
Wow.
You ain't coming back.
Wow.
They're gonna lock your ass up wherever you at.
Shut up.
Oh yeah, you're going to jail.
Oh.
They will lock you up wherever you are. They will contact the state where your child support case is.
Mm-hmm.
They have to find out whatever the amount of your case is.
Mm-hmm.
And they calculate and do whatever, and that's what you would have to pay in order to get out.
Shut up.
Then they will, but you ain't really getting out. You would have to pay, or they extradite you back to whatever city or state you live in,
And put you right
and you're
back
going
in
to jail. So the police will bring you back to the state.
Yeah.
And they will bring you right to the jail. You're going to jail.
Wow.
And then they will calculate whatever you owe. And then you have to pay 20% of that before you get out of jail.
That's crazy.
So all of y'all out there think just because you got a passport and you know you ain't been paying your child support and your license suspended, don't try it.
Don't do it.
Because you will get locked up in whatever country you in before they extradite your ass back to Georgia or back to Louisiana, Alabama. So don't try, because these people ain't playing
at all.
But they tell you that. Know your right. Know your right. Know your right.
Know your right.
And also know what happens if you don't pay your child support. You need to know that. If you lose a job or you do something, make sure you contact the courts. Make sure you contact DCSS.
Yeah.
And let them know, hey, I lost my job.
Yeah.
Blah, blah. which they don't care that you lost your job. You still have to pay your child support. But they're a little more lenient when you call and say, hey, I lost my job. I'm not working right now. They'll be like, okay, well, you need to look for another job and you need to let us know when you find a job. But in the meantime, you still have to pay your child support.
Right. But at least you told them.
Yeah. So they'll look at, they'll be a little more lenient of you not paying because you're not working. Before she pressed that button and sending people out for you and suspend your license, it's a bit more prone to say, okay, well, he's not working right now. Let me reach out to him and see how his job search is going. And then that's when they can go to this program, Fatherhood. And now, here, job. Here's the job leads. I'm going to send them to you. You call these people, they will hire you. Here's the cut. Do you want to take a class? Do you want to go to school? Do you want to take forklifting, welding, something else? You want to take a class? We'll give you job training. And you see where it says job search and placement. They will put you in a job so that you can pay your child support.
Yep.
So I hope we gave you guys some good information tonight.
Hope so.
And then there's also, let me do this real quick. There is an accountability, court accountability, and it's called the PAC program. So the Parental Accountability Court program is a joint effort of the division and superior court judges to offer an alternative to incarceration and to help chronic non-payers of child support make regular payments. The program uses community resources and judicial oversight to address barriers that keep parents from meeting their support obligations. Each program, including services provided to participants, is tailored to the needs of the local community. Superior Court judges provide judicial oversight and collaboration with the PAC coordinators to implement the program. PAC coordinators connect participating to existing community resource. So you have some judges that are not trying to put you in jail.
Mm-hmm.
They want to do something different.
Right.
So the PAC program is another program that you can go in. And so the services that are offered, you can volunteer work opportunities, literacy training, job assistant placement, mental health services, clinical assessments, substance abuse treatment, coaching and mentoring, and additional services specific to each local community. So my thing is, there should not be one man out there that can't pay your child support.
Right.
They're giving you on-the-job training. They're giving you mental health counseling, and they're giving you job leads and placing you in jobs. There's no way you shouldn't be able to. Since 2009, since the state fiscal year in 2009, the PAC program has helped 7,224 non-custodial parents who were at risk of incarceration, avoid jail time, and provide much needed support to.
Oh, wow.
17,020 of Georgia's children program participants paid an estimate of $30.1 million.
Wow. So the
In
help is
support,
there.
which in return has saved the state millions in incarceration costs.
The help is definitely there.
It's there. So when you became if you become a part of the PAC program, and you're paying like they're paying they've collected $30.1 million. And like they say, that is less because it saved the state millions of dollars in incarceration costs.
Right.
So for me, there's no excuse for a parent not to pay their child support and do what they need to do for child support. It's too many things out there to help you.
Yep. A lot of things to help.
So that's our time, y'all. We're gonna get out of here. Again, there's a link in the comments. You guys can go back and get any kind of information that you want.
Yeah.
If you have any questions, drop them in the comments, or you can email us at theladiesden23@gmail.com, and we can have some questions. Probably in about a month or two, while I'm going through this process, we will revisit, but it won't be child support. This will be grandparents' rights. I will give y'all some information on what you can do as a grandparent to have rights to your grandkids. You have visitation rights. They can come spend weekends and nights and days with you. They can go out of town and travel with you. You do have rights. So, like I said earlier, this is a process I'm going through myself for my own grandson. So once I go through it, I can give you more information because now I've been through it. So I will come back in a couple of months and let y'all know how that worked out, let you know what you need to do. As far as I can tell you, as far as if you open a case here in Georgia. Now, if you're in another state, you're probably just going to have to reach out to an attorney. You can always search grandparents' rights. And when I did that the first time, there was so much stuff came up. Because a lot of grandparents don't know that they have rights to their grandkids. They feel like it's my son kid or it's my daughter kid. And, this crazy other parent over there, that's them. And I don't know. You have rights.
You have rights.
You have rights to your grandkids.
That's right.
And that means visitation, spending time, all of that. You do have the rights. So we'll talk about that in a couple of months. But I think this was just some really good information. Again, ladies, if you can talk this out, get an attorney, just draw some papers up, have a judge sign it. If you can do that. Because when you run to DCSS, you are getting less than what you deserve. You're getting less than what it takes to take care of your child. Stop doing things out of spite. You mad because he got another woman. Go get you another man. Just go get you another man. Stop doing things because you mad because he don't love you no more. He loving on another woman. Now another woman's pregnant, about to have a baby. So now you done lost your mind. Now you running down there, I'm putting on child support. You go put him on child support, then you mad because you only getting $170 a month.
Right. Versus that 500 you was getting before.
Versus that 500.
Something.
Yeah. So just think about it. Think about what you're doing. And, I know some of y'all ain't talking, but, the thing is, it's about the kids. It's not about y'all.
Exactly.
It is literally about the kids.
Exactly.
And my last thing I'm going to say is, guys, pay your goddamn child support. If you got to pay $400 a month, do not send that woman $25 and $30. You cannot eat off of $25 and $30 a month. Don't send that to that woman. That's butter and rice. That ain't even the meat. Not for a month.
Right.
You can't even buy a whole meal for $30 anymore.
No.
Back in the day, you could buy a whole meal for $30. You got chicken, you got rice, you got gravy, and you got sandwich meat to make sandwiches and bread, and you got breakfast food for $30.
Not no more.
Because everything was 99 cents. But you don't have access to things like that anymore.
No.
So your child cannot eat for $30 a month. Be serious. Are y'all serious? Out there, y'all doing that? And they doing it for real.
They're doing it for real.
They doing it for real, for real. So anyway, y'all, we appreciate y'all every Thursday tuning in to the Ladies Den, where we try to bring you the latest topics, the latest information, and what's actually happening in the world today. We decided to talk about child support because this is Child Support Awareness Month. If you have an active case out there, check on your case. Check on your rights. Call your caseworker. Ask some questions. Find a job. If you can't find a job, ask about the fatherhood program. Ask how you can become a part of the fatherhood program, or how can you become a part of the PAC program. Ask these questions so you can do better by your kids.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm gonna say. Kiki, you got something to say, boo?
Welcome, first of all. Welcome.
Welcome. Yeah, Nisi. Who is Nisi? I don't even know a Nisi. Nisi, I think it's the moonshine starting to work. Nisa, what you got to say, babe?
I want to say thank you to everybody that tuned in, and even to the people that will watch this in replay. Thank you for checking us out. As we mentioned at the beginning of the show, we definitely have advertisement available.
You want to go ahead and play it again?
I can definitely do that. If you're interested in doing an ad, you can email us at theladiesden23@gmail.com. We'll play this little video for you real quick. Hold tight.
Lady K, are you ready?
Hey, it's Lady K of the Ladies Den. Welcome to the Den. Listen, if you're a business owner or if you have an event that you want to promote, we welcome you to advertise in the Den. All you have to do is send us your information to theladiesden23@gmail.com, and we'll make sure that you get all the information that you need. Our prices are very comparable, and we welcome you to come and chat with us and let our Den dwellers know what you have going on. Again, send us your information to theladiesden23@gmail.com, and we'll make sure you get all of your information. Thank you for following us, and thank you for rocking with us every Thursday, live streaming on Facebook and YouTube, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And listen, keep rocking with us, okay? Thank you to all of our Den dwellers, and we'll see you in the Den. Bye-bye.
Earlier that we are going to start incorporating commercials in our show. Yeah, we're gonna start incorporating commercials. So I don't know if we're gonna move to 10 o'clock, 7 to 10, or 6 to 9. I don't know. We gotta see. We gotta talk about it. Because if we put commercials in, we taking up our talk time.
Well,
So
we would have to just limit the number of people that we can advertise for
on the show.
Yeah. Plus, this is only for videos. Not everybody's going to have a 90-second commercial.
Okay. Okay.
We might have some folks that just have a flyer.
Well, we never off this thing at 9 o'clock anyway. But never. It's either a little bit after 9, 9:30, 9:45. But we don't have to move the time. If the conversation is good, because we're on our own platform, not our owned platform, but our own platform where we really don't have a time limit. So that's how we can go over our time. If there's a good conversation going on and we feel like we need to keep talking, we will. But y'all get those ads in. Y'all help the Den out. Y'all help us out. Get those ads in. Get those flyers in. And I know y'all got some flyers because every time I'm on Facebook, they got 15,000 events. So I know y'all got some flyers to post on the Den so we can advertise for y'all. But thank you guys for tuning in. I don't know what we're talking about next week. We're gonna figure it out. But we done with the child support again. Questions, drop them in the comments or email us, and we'll try to give you as much information as we can. But my girl Nisa Lady K dropped the information in the chat, so you guys can go back through the comments and click on that link, and it'll bring you to the Georgia Department of Human Services DSS division.
Yes.
And you can find out anything you need to know about child support.
Yep.
Okie dokie smoky. Well, we are out this thing. We will see y'all next Thursday. Make sure to go follow us on Facebook at the Ladies Den.
follow us on Instagram at the Ladies Den 2023.
Kiki, are you
And
ready?
please, 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 if you have not already, go subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Ladies Den.
It's Thursday night, they at it again. You got it locked into the ladies then. It's Lady K, Kiki too, plus the Bayou Diva. You know how they do. From breaking news to favorite foods. She was popping in the city, hot topics too. Advice for your issues if you need to grab a tissue. Just wait till a break, they may say something that'll fit you. Amazing guests live on set. You can laugh to your heart's content. They appreciate the love cause it's truly a blessing. My name's Saga Boss and I approve this message. Ain't no room for hating. Enjoy the entertainment.
That's right, don't hate, enjoy the entertainment.
So there's no confusion. They love what they do. You are locked in to the ladies den.
The Ladies Den, Thursday nights, 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tell them Saga sent you.